Hello everyone. Let us now discuss how can we solve this problem. Number of equivalent domino pairs. So we are given with an vector list, right? Dominoes. Dominoes of I will be A comma B is equivalent to dominoes J is equal to C comma D if and only if. I think this is the third consecutive question with dominoes. So if A is equal to C and B is equal to D, or A is equal to D and B is equal to C. That is, one domino can be rotated to be equal to another domino. Return the number of pairs I comma j for which 0 is less than or equal to I less than j less than domino's size and domino's I is equivalent to domino's j. But if I see to the constraints, they are 4 into 10 power 4, which is more, and also domino's I dot length is 2, but dominoes of I comma j will be less than or equal to 9. Let us see how can we solve this problem. Pursue two for loops, right? Two for loops which gonna take big O of n square time complexity will definitely not work at this case. The brute force will not work for this question. How can we solve this? Now, I am taking 1 comma 2. Let me take it 1 comma 2 and then I have 2 comma 1. So what I'll do is I just got A comma B, but here to be more clarified, here I have 1 comma 2 which is in increasing order. So when I get A is greater than B, I'll just simply go and make it swap it, right? I am going to swap it and I have 3 comma 4. Okay, 3 comma 4, it is already in increasing order. 5 comma 6, right? 5 comma 6. Now I think instead of using unordered map or hash map, you can go with an array. So I got 1 comma 2. My count will be 0 initially. Count will be 0 initially, right? Now 1 comma 2, I didn't see it any where before, but the count is 0, and before going to the next element or next pair, I'll just increment 1 comma 2 is present for how many times. Firstly it is 0 times, but I have it for 1 time if you are using a hash map, but I'll tell you what you need to use. Now I have 1 comma 2. Now at this point I have 1 comma 2. I'll check in my data structure, do I have a 1 comma 2? Yes, I have a 1 comma 2. How many times? 1 time, so increment it for 1 time. Now I have 1 comma 2 here, so I'll increment it, then go to the next element 3 comma 4. Do the same thing. 3 comma 4 is first with 0, then I'll increment, it will become 1, right? And then I have 5 comma 6, so 5 comma 6, then I'll increment it by 1. So this is how you solve this problem. Before, let us go to the next example, right? Now I have 1 comma 2 for how many times? 0 times. But when I get here, I have for 1 time. Now I have this 1 comma 2 again. So the count will be 0 initially, and wait a second. And as I got 1 comma 2, I'll increment it by 1, right? Now I have 1 comma 1. But before that, let me increment 1 comma 2. Now I have 1 comma 1. Let me increment it. Let me increment it by 1. So I have 1. Now I have 1 comma 2. Now I have 1 comma 2 again. So at this point I'll get this is equal to this pair and also this pair. So I'll simply add how many times 1 comma 2 is appeared 2 times. So add this. I got 3. Now 1 comma 2 will be incremented. Then go to 2 comma 2 and increment the count how many times 2 comma 2 is occurring for just 1 time. So for this I'll use simple matrix, right? So int mp unordered map of 10 and 10. Why 10? Why? Because dominoes of I comma j can be from 1 to 9, so it will be an empty array, and then int count is equal to 0. For auto dom and I have changed the data given given name as D. I'm changing it to D. So D, and then here I need to do one thing. I'll take int a is equal to domino of 0 and b is equal to domino of 1, right? And if a is greater than b, then swap a comma b. I think it's clear till now. Why? Why? Because I want to store it only in ascending order, right? Increasing order. Now I'll do one thing. MP of a b will be incremented, but before that the count will be incremented by MP of a b. I think till now it's clear, and I'm just incrementing the current one, and also if current one is already present, then I am incrementing it to the count. So I think we have solved this in just 5 minutes. Return the count at the end. I'll just copying it and pasting it over here and running, right? uh, yes. So I got an error when I got this time limit exceeded when I submitted it with the brute force. So if you like this video, do share it to your friends and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.